I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch, indeed.
Woo.
We are the craziest freaking YouTube channel of all time. We've been going for 4 hours, and
it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning here.
There's no stop to it. So there's that.
So
okay.
We are doing a stream for the Agents Con Anima.
Anima, I think is what they wanted. Anima, Yarasul.
Okay, what?
I need my charger.
What's happening? Okay, here you go.
Okay, go ahead. Tell the people. Give the people.
Samsara Blues Experiment.
Ooh, we have that. Samsara. You know there was a documentary called Samsara.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's like a Hindu term or something. Middle Earth would know, but I think it's like it's a Hindu term or something that means like it's a really cool concept. I love it. Okay. Samsara, and the name of the song is what now?
Look.
What?
Vipassana?
Vipassana? Did you download it?
I only
sure
downloaded some of them. Okay, so the comment for this one is, when I really started to get into stoner and psychedelic rock, this band called Samsara Blues Experiment was one of the first bands I fell in love with, and to this day are one of my favorite bands within the stoner psychedelic doom and blues scene. They are masters of blending heavy riffage with laid-back vibes of introspection. Sadly, they are no more, but have left behind a legacy of 5 albums, which are highly regarded within this music scene. Slight Smile Metal.
Slight Smile Metal. Who is that?
I don't know.
OSC
Tripping. Yep.
Shout out to OSC Tripping. That was cool, man.
Yeah.
I like those little things that they do.
I do too.
It really kind of. I used to not like it because I was like, oh, it's gonna fuck with my interpretation, but it really doesn't. Mm-hmm. It really doesn't, because we're still able to go off and stuff. Mm-hmm. Once again, guys, we don't have the video downloaded, so. Soraya is gonna.
Babe, you're killing me. You're literally killing me.
I mean, you could have done it while I was having the conversation.
I didn't know it wasn't downloaded.
What do you mean?
And I was listening to the conversation. Please. I literally I don't have energy for any arguing with you. I can't do it.
I'm not arguing with you.
I can't do it.
I'm not arguing with you.
Information is very difficult to hear.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. Oh, okay. Samsara is a cycle of birth. I told you. I said Middle's gonna know. Middle is gonna know. Middle is gonna know. Reincarnation. Okay. I might watch that documentary. You guys should watch it. It's beautiful. And I don't even think there's any words in it either. It's just like you just watch it and contemplate. I don't know. Maybe we'll all watch it together. That's something that Sadie and AT and I think Amy would enjoy. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yep. I agree, Sadie. I believe we should speak up even when our voice shakes. I didn't fully cry on mic, so that's a win.
Nah, Sadie went in there. She took her business, bro. Sadie did her thing, bro.
Do we have the last song downloaded too? I'm so angry right now. Ray, why are you angry? Same topic?
I bet.
Me too. My emotions feel like they're all over the place.
Samsara Blues Experiment Vipassana.
I don't mind. Okay, wait a minute. There was. All right, Adam, I shall try not to. Daniel, never touched weed or psychedelics, but stoner psychedelic rock metal are some of my favorite genres.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, guys. Samsara Blues Experiment Vipassana. Let's go. That means you're supposed to drag the guy over to here. Is he dragged? Yes, he is.
Oh, that's an interesting picture.
Whoa.
So I realized something new about music by this song.
Huh.
One,
very interesting to hear this.
Is that music has always been something that I internalize. Music comes into me and like goes all around. But this, because of our previous discussions, I think I feel very closed off because I'm very like, I feel stressed out about what we've,
Yeah.
you know, the topic is very difficult. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't letting any music in. Or maybe I didn't, or maybe this song wasn't the type of song that I would let in. So instead, like, I didn't even realize it, but like my soul or whatever, like dove into the music. The music was like, well, you can come this way then. And it was interesting. So there was like a part of it that I was like really like just into that music, the part where I had my eyes closed and stuff. And then I didn't stay long. I came back out. I popped back out of the song. So I don't know what this song was all about. Maybe it was just the timing. I'm not really sure, but it was very interesting. And I wondered how many people like, do you see what I'm saying? Like usually music like comes into my soul and I could feel it like going around, like it almost feels like warm or like very deeply sorrowful or deeply joyful, or it was just like a lot of depth in there. Mm-hmm. But then this one, like I dove into the music like it was water. What do you do?
Well, that I'll show you a clip from that movie Samsara.
Okay.
Because it's like that set the tone for me. So I came into the song, you know, expecting it to be like the way that it was, just because of how that movie was. Mm-hmm. I thought Negative Vibe's contribution here was really helpful to understand the lyrics. Vipassana is a Sanskrit term which translates to special seeing or to see things as they really are. In Buddhist science, that refers to the perception of reality as it truly is, namely emptiness.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Well, because, you know, the world is an illusion, right? So,
yeah.
So it doesn't, we're not necessarily, we don't necessarily disagree with that.
Mm-hmm. Emptiness?
In the sense that if you take a Hoffmanian perspective on the world, or if you take a panpsychist view of the world, then none of this stuff is really here.
Yeah, yeah. Hoffman,
so,
yeah.
Or if you take the holographic, there's actually, I didn't know this, but there's an actual term in science called the holographic principle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this stuff is just bananas to me, man.
Wow.
It's just really, I was listening to Hoffman last night, and holographic principle. It's the holograph is a tenet in string theories and a supposed property of quantum gravity that states that the description of a volume of space can be thought of as encoded on a lower dimensional boundary to the region, such as light-like boundary, like a gravitational horizon. So, but the point is like, there are some really, you know, I talk about this with like DMT. Right, where you have modern sort of post-Enlightenment Aristotelian folks who are like, we are the intellectual giants of the world. Everybody else is dumb. Mm-hmm. These guys are in the Stone Age, blah, blah, blah. And now all the Western people are traveling to South America to take DMT from these shaman.
Yeah.
And so you're watching these videos of these very put-together Western, pretty wealthy kind of, you know, people that could just randomly take a trip to South America. And they have to humble out.
I was going to say humbling themselves.
Follow everything that the shaman tells you to do. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of almost a cyclical thing where in the past, the shaman were the wise men. Mm-hmm. Then after the Enlightenment, the shaman were the fools. And then after postmodernism, we're in postmodernism. I don't know if, I'm pretty sure postmodernism is dead. And I actually, it's funny, I might write a paper on this, because I write papers sometimes, I don't even tell you, but Trump probably killed postmodernism.
Oh, really? You think so?
He probably did.
Where do you keep these writings?
Trump probably killed postmodernism and moral relativism.
Oh my goodness, okay.
Right, because back in the day, people would say, oh, I don't care, you know, you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, and you vote how you vote, just don't impose it on me, we're good. Now it's, you voted for Trump, you're a bad person. So my point is, like, there's like a cyclical evolution in the human mind as to what we perceive to be wise. Yeah. So right now, the shaman in South America who makes $5 a day is now
elevated.
The pinnacle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because now we've gotten around to the fact that, yes, on the Western side, we've made a bunch of advances scientifically. Mm-hmm. But on the human side of things, and personally, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
And so now you got, so my point about here is that you had Buddhism, Hinduism, you had Christianity talking about the seen world is an illusion, the unsealed world is what's permanent. Although the term illusion is not used in the New Testament, the New Testament emphasizes the temporal nature of this reality, right? And it's called not an illusion, but it's called a shadow of the reality. So an illusion is not a shadow. So there is some nuance between Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity in regard to that. But the idea that what we see in front of us, what we touch, all the rest of it, is ultimate reality, is contradicted by Christianity. It's contradicted by Buddhism and Hinduism, etc. But now you've got these scientists that are also contradicting.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
But the problem is, Hoffman leaves out God, so it's this weird thing like, when did this all start? And he doesn't know. You see what I'm saying? But my point is, it's like, it's very fascinating to me that you have these religions or these ideas, and 10 years ago we were mocking these people, and now like it's just very crazy, like the human experience. Seems I just woken up for the very first time and seen life's endless floating entity. Why then do I shiver? Why do I shake like a leaf in the wind? Does it feel weird just to be? You're the only other person in my life that could relate to that line. Does it feel so weird to be? It's so hard to explain, but like, it happens.
Yeah.
And there are times if I'm quiet and I'm meditating, I can do it.
Oh yeah, I can do it right now.
But there are times when like I get so like disassociated from this reality, and I look around and I'm like, a couple days ago I looked at you, I'm like, this is terrifying. There's another person in my room. But it's hard to explain, like, because it was like, it'd be like, Tom Brady walked into somebody's house because he just showed up in Tampa, and the guy looks up and there's Tom Brady in his house. You know what I'm saying? But like, everybody's Tom Brady. Like, everybody's like, it's hard to explain. So I was sitting there, I was watching you sleeping, and I'm like, damn, like, there's another human being in my fucking room, bro. Like, this is crazy. It was so hard to explain. And no, there wasn't anything happening. There wasn't any funny thing happening.
Yeah, you didn't eat mushrooms.
It was just if you really sit and think about how crazy the fact of existence is in itself. Jung talked about, it was almost terrifying to him. He was afraid. When he said he was like 9, he was walking home from school and he realized that he existed. Yeah. And he was terrified about it. Yeah. And I relate to that. I remember exactly where I was as a kid when that first happened to me, and I was very afraid because I didn't know what was happening. I still don't know what's happening. And even the fact that I existed terrified me. I'm like, where am I? Where did I come from? What the hell? It's very hard to explain.
So it never terrified me. It like made me feel a little bit like not a little bit. It made me very curious and made me feel like there was like a big wow. It was kind of like part of my entertainment and excitement.
Yeah.
I don't know if we got in trouble a lot growing up. It feels like I did. It feels like I was grounded a lot in my sweltering hot bedroom. But when I was in there, that's when I would think about all those things. I spent a lot of time. There was nothing else you could do. You couldn't read. You couldn't do anything. Like, you were grounded. You were grounded. That's it. You're in your bed. That's it. Yeah. And there was no air conditioning down that hallway. So fuck you and all.
Even if there was, they would have turned it off, bro.
I don't know. My mother would. I don't know.
Your mom wouldn't have. She would have snuck it in. But
I had the ceiling fan going, but it was like, when it's so hot, that agitation of air feels like it's doing nothing. So, yeah. But I would think about a lot of that stuff, and I would think about existence, and I'm here, and I'm in this room, and this room is here, and I'm here, and like thinking about, I've done it so many times that, like, I don't even have to be in a certain space to start, like, flip right into that thought process and start considering it. And then it feels weird. Stuff feels weird. But I do think that my religion added into that.
What do you mean?
You know, like, you don't wrestle with flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers of darkness and stuff like that. Like, this idea that what you see, there is more beyond what you see, and what you see is just a shadow of what really there is. So I was always, you know, a lot of my life was very aware of, you know, conflicts and what starts conflicts. And I rarely ever put a singular person as the reason why a conflict existed or the reason why something got so kinetic or toxic. Mm-hmm. I always felt like it was just some spirit behind the thing or whatever. So, Whoa. Whose is that?
Yeah, he's got a Samsara tattoo. I want to see if he's going to give me permission to share it.
Wow.
That dude literally has a Samsara
That's pretty
tattoo
cool.
on his thingy, so I wanted to show it. Maybe use it as a fucking thumbnail. Who knows? But that is badass. Then there's a rainbow. Okay, so we can share it. Okay, so here is our brother. He's got
You have to download it first right there.
Huh?
You have to... Oh, you did? Okay.
Look at you. No, I didn't download it.
Oh, okay.
You just drag and drop, man. It's Apple.
I didn't know you could drag it without downloading it.
Yeah, it's
That's
great.
cool.
So check this out, guys. This is our brother, Mr. Cromlech. And there is a Samsara tattoo. That's the band on his chest. Looks like his right side, left side, I don't know. It's just badass.
Yeah, it is.
I really, really like it. Okay. Thank you so much, bro.
Wow.
I would literally use that as the thumbnail pic if you authorize it, but that's up to you. It's a tequila night. I don't have any tequila. There's no 24-hour liquor. I would do some tequila with you tonight, though. If I got. Reach for bliss, relate to consciousness, get rid of all the questions in your head. And while the days just seemed to rush away, I dreamt within a dreadful dream where all the noise and all the pointless chatter turned into this new old symphony. You know, there's some people like that I will not talk to the Hoffman stuff about.
Why?
So I was watching your guy, the bald guy, the crazy guy, and he's saying that he's kind of a panpsychist in the sense that we have one collective mind, but he believes that we're all God and that we fell asleep and that we're dreaming. So we're all one thing. So the interviewer said, well, then why don't we just jump off buildings to get back to the real world then, if that's the case? He said, how would you respond to that? How would you combat that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
And the guy basically said, well, the world that we're in right now precludes me from answering the question honestly.
Okay, what's that supposed to mean?
What that means is you're right, but I cannot say that on YouTube.
Holy shit.
I'll show you the clip after we're done. So I had to start.
That's really psychotic. That means you should start pushing people off buildings because it'll bring them to a better... They'll wake up from this dream they're trapped in.
I don't think it's psychotic. Remember, I don't think it's psychotic. Remember Inception with
Yes.
the wife?
No.
Remember, because when you got stuck in the dream world, the only way to get out of it was to die, basically, right? You jump off a building,
yeah.
and then it brings you back to the real world.
Oh my gosh, yeah, okay.
But you don't know how deep you are. You don't know how many levels you're in.
Yeah.
So let's say
my
you're
gosh.
level 19 and you die in level 19. You can go up to level 18 and reverse engineer. So his wife was like, oh, I'm in a dream world. I got to jump off. And he's like, no, this is a real world. And so there was a conflict. If she was in the dream world, it wouldn't be psychotic for her to jump off the thing. You see what I'm saying? If that...
Yes, babe, but he's not in a dream. That's not what it is.
Who?
The bald guy you were talking about.
He believes that, though. So he's not... It's not psychotic to act on that conviction. That's not psychosis.
Babe,
That's not
what
psychosis.
are you talking about? If somebody is psychotic, they're going to do psychotic things, right? Like,
Well,
the fact that you're doing something psychotic, doesn't that mean that you are psychotic?
No. Psychosis is a very specific term.
Okay.
It's not psychosis is when people lose some contact with reality. This might involve seeing or hearing things that other people cannot see or hear.
Then he's by definition
Or
psychotic.
and believing things that are not actually true. But
that's
here's my
him.
point. If he's right, then he's not psychotic.
Well, yeah, but I don't believe he's right.
How do you know that he's not right? I don't think he's right with the God thing. We should probably have this discussion offline because it's probably very irresponsible.
It's extremely irresponsible.
You're right. It's bad. Don't jump off. You're right. Yeah. But anyway, the point is, when he said I dreamt within a dreadful dream, that obviously has Inception undertones to the movie Inception, right? Because
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really, really like this song. I like the mood, and I really actually, this is going to sound very weird to me, to people, but not the vocals, but the lyrics themselves, to me, were an instrument.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I really, really enjoyed this song. Solid 9.4 for me.
I just have to read that last part because... You'll live this holy law until your final breath. I wanted to drown in careless life. I couldn't end the endless strife. Ugh.
Yeah.
I need to let go of all my negativity. I had to close my eyes to wake. this concept of ceasing to struggle, ceasing to strive is something that I have literally sought for my entire life, and I still don't have it. And I want it so badly. I want to be able to just rest. But I'm always striving. I'm always trying to get somewhere and do something and accomplish something. And
don't you think though that like you've come to a new sort of awareness of God's grace in your life and all that? And,
I have.
And you're on the way.
Yeah.
And
yes.
You're seeing real noticeable changes.
Yes, but it's not fast enough.
Hurry up! Yeah.
Anyway, so.
But I think a lot of people are looking for that. I mean, everybody.
I know.
Everybody's looking for that.
That's the big thing. I keep thinking about where Jesus said, like, come to me, all you are who are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Like, and then when I was a kid, we used to watch Pilgrim's Progress. And I thought it's so strange that the man would lose, like, all this. He carried all these bags through the entire film, because we watched it on a film. We didn't read the book. And, he carried these bags throughout his whole life, and then he's like struggling, and then he finally gets to the cross, and when he gets to the cross, the bags break off and they fall down the hill and stuff, and he's just there, like, and he finally feels like that, like, weight lifted off him.
Yeah.
And I thought when I was a kid, that's so strange. Like, why would anybody continuously carry heavy bags? Like, why would you do that? Because as a kid, I think I was quick to say, I'm not holding that one, not holding that one. And then, I don't know, something changed. And then I started, becoming a hoarder of, like, carrying too much within myself and not feeling rest that I could feel. So I think that gives me hope that when Jesus said that, I'm like, okay, he knows that we carry baggage. And he's saying, look, if you're carrying baggage, something's off, because it's not supposed to be like that. My load is not heavy like that. So I feel the most, like, I feel like the only time that I can put my bags down is when I'm in the forest or the woods or the sun. Yeah. Mostly the sun.
When you're in nature.
When I'm in nature, I feel like I just
fall off.
Yeah. Well, they don't fall off. I just set them down, but I always take them back up after, I guess. Anyway, one day.
They're done another spotchum. It'll happen, inshallah. It'll happen.
So
you're on the way, bro.
What are you giving this song?
I gave it a solid 9.
Oh, okay. I'll match you.
Is it a 9?
Yep.
There you are, dear listener. By the way, you beautiful people, one of the things that happens at a DJ stream is there's a symbol. So there is the symbol for the Agent's Clone Anima, and I have no idea what that is, but I like it. So there it is. All right, guys. There you go. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.